I remember it first because I was inducted into the Army in '52 at Fort Ord. Of course, Laguna Seca is on what used to be the grounds of Fort Ord, biggest infantry training base in the country. One of my first encounters with Sterling Moss, when he was still in his prime, was there with a Lotus 19 that he was driving. I was also in Frank Arcero's Lotus 19. It was a special moment because Sterling was considered the top, and to be able to compete with him was a big thrill.
Car number 15, Innes, Ireland, from London, driving the Lotus Mark 19 Climax at a minute 15.4. Dan Gurney, over 2-liter class, at a minute 14.4. Your fastest qualifying, number 6, Roger Penske, a minute 13 seconds. Graham Hill, who had qualified in a minute 14.8. Bruce McLaren, number 5, a minute 13.9. Lloyd Ruby, car number 26, a minute 13.2. Second in the under 2-liter, Bob Holbert in the RS61. Car number 14 had qualified in a minute 16 flat.
As you can hear him coming up by here, Ken Miles bringing up the back as his car number 95. He's got a bad start off the grid apparently. They're flying on around, and I mean they're touring this course in record time. From a dead stop, they're already up toward the top of the hill, so Jerry Smith, pick it up there.
What a magnificent sound over the headset when these cars came off the grid. Your lead car now coming into our view, Roger Penske, number 6, right on his tail, Graham Hill, number 63, going sideways, Bruce McLaren, sideways all the way down the hill. What a beautiful, magnificent recovery. He went broadside down the chicane for about 75 yards with traffic all around him. He is off to the side of the road. He's the last car down the hill now, unfortunately, but this was the most magnificent recovery you can imagine.
This is Ralph Maher at the start-finish line, and it's number 63, Walt Hanskin, pushing Roger Penske as they come around turn 9. Penske right out in front as Hanskin brushes. We got a spin right down in turn 9. Number 26 spun out. Number 26 up being Lloyd Ruby, who was running in third spot.
Well, Laguna Seca, no doubt, is one of my very favorite tracks, not only in America, but in the world. I've been racing there since the late 60s, actually. I had, my share of success, which obviously always bodes very well. I remember driving on the old layout, where it was quite a pucker factor involved in there because turn 1, turn 2 was almost flat. The last time that I set a record there, which still holds, I did it flat. And I said, I hope I never have to do it again, but it was just one of those things.
But Mario Andretti is due for a pit stop any time. He will not make it on this lap. Look at Mario moving to the inside and getting off.
And he spun Al.
Spinning Al Unser, but Al kept the car going, put the clutch in, and regained control. And both of those cars surviving an incident up there in turn number 9.
You and another old-timer, Al Unser Sr., got into a bit of a do-si-do down there in turn 9. What happened?
Yeah, well, I'm very sorry about that. I came under him. I thought he probably saw me, and apparently he didn't. And I just hope it wasn't me that caused him to drop out.
Well, the old track, that's where I had all my success, and I think anybody will tell you that the first several turns tested your manhood. There was no question that I call turn 1, but it's really turn 2. Turn 2, 3, turns 2 and 3 were flat out in an Indy car, and even in the Can-Am car in '79, I was one of the first to do that. And boy, you better not have a problem, because if you did, it was a big one. But that's what made it. That's what separated the men from the boys. If you could do it and do it consistently, boy, what an advantage you had. The new circuit adds even more challenges, I think, but maybe of a little bit different nature. I think it's made it probably a better circuit in many respects, but having won so many times on the old one, I guess I have personal feelings for it.
But it has a unique character. It's got a lot of up and down hills, and it's got turns like called a corkscrew, and you don't find that anywhere else on the circuit, anywhere else in the world, really.
It's got some of the most famous corners in motorsports.
With the famous corkscrew, everybody knows about the corkscrews.
All you have to do in racing terms is say the corkscrew, and everybody goes Laguna Secas.
And we always like it because most of the foreigners don't like it very much because it's tough.